on Ruggles-Surrey Pike, Strawberry Plains, Tennessee, and phone number 933-5045. And you know, I'm sure many of you are wondering, why in the world would a commissioner-elect come to the podium on a controversial issue? And it'd be so much easier to sit out here in the audience. But you know, as politically naive as I am and appear, I'm also a native of this region for some 50 years. When I was growing up, I hunted that piece of property over there. I got my first 16-gauge shotgun, and I hunted rabbits, and I hunted quails. As we got older, 14, 15, 16, 17, over there behind the cemetery, we played football in this Great Depression. That's one of the issues that's here tonight. We called it the Tucky Hoe Bowl. Little did I dream then, 40 years from there, that I'd be sitting at this podium in front of a bunch of commissioners and obviously some talented people both to my right and to my left. But you know, when I look at that piece of property then and look at the plan, I think that this is a plan without vision. I don't think anybody can argue that 407 is certainly a tourist sales tax gold mine. If we're going to do something at 402, we need to incorporate some sort of businesses along with the industrial park and have some sort of means that we can shoot the sales tax back to our teachers and to these school projects. All we have to do is go back and look at 398. It's starting its 11th hotel. 10 of those motels are at 62 and 68% capacity right now. They only have a few eateries around them. You know, and the reason that they're that full, it's the sheer weight of the traffic. Wouldn't it be wonderful to stop them on 402, put them up on 398, filter them back into the convention center, put them over there at the expo, the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, and now we've got this river walk. Wouldn't it be a great way to complement and put people back in Knoxville and collect that sales tax dollar? You know, the downside to these good people over here is their only job is to develop industrial park. They really can't think out of that box. That's their charter, Bible, Holy Grail, whatever it is. And I would say that they do a good job of identifying those things. But 402 is the richest plum probably in the nation because we have exit 407, and we all know the money that generates there. And if we don't zone this in such a way that we can collect some of that tourist dollars, I just think that it's just it's a plan without a whole lot of merit. We think about the French Broad River, you know, and the environmental issues. That's a large hill to do anything with. And all you have to do is go over to Carter Park where they have a cave, a spring, and then you can see a dissection of it that is all limestone rock. Boys repel off of that. This place has a lot of sinkholes. It has a lot of limestone. You know, it's going to be expensive to move. You know, maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about expense tonight because they have the money to buy it, but somewhere on the infrastructure we're going to have to talk about it. And it's going to be very expensive. And the thing about it, Knox County and some of the citizens there has made a commitment. I read from our own brochure, 205, the year the French Broad, Knox County declared 205 to be the year of the French Broad, calling upon all citizens to recognize the French Broad River corridor as one of the outstanding resources of Knox County and join in appreciation of the efforts of landowners within the area who have preserved this river valley as one of our most special communities. But if we don't die in that sinkhole that I describe as half the size as House Mountain, 2 weeks later it filters out into the French Broad River, which we have promised to protect. Now that's a reason not to rezone it as it stands. You know, nobody's been showed any impact studies here. I'm not going to talk about the money to purchase the property, but what about the budget on the infrastructure? Did you guys not, and is your name not in this book right here? You see all these numbers? Where's the numbers on the infrastructure? Do we not have a duty to the taxpayer to get all of our numbers together? You know, because we are talking $30 million. That's a lot of money. Let's talk about truck traffic just a little bit. You know, we've not talked about the schools. You know, this board, all of you sitting right here, has covered this issue. And I hate to bring up the subject, but over at Rhythm, you all decided not to put truck traffic, buses, young mothers, kids, teenagers in the path of these tractors and trailers. And if you really think about it, if you start in the forks of the river and you go up the East Bridge, you connect Midway Road, then you have a triangular situation in that you go in front of 3 schools night and day. The ball field right up from Carter High School now has 69 families, at least 15 kids to a ball team, and you can figure out the use every night. It's astronomical. This is a reason not to go forward with the zoning issue tonight until we can work those type of things out. If the school board was here and Jim Williams was here, he'd tell you we have one ingress to Carter High School and to the elementary schools. Traffic is at almost a stop every morning. It's dangerous. It backs up over 400 feet over that hill. And guys, I can tell you, just going to the Yeo Steakhouse the other night, when they get off at the pilot station and go down John Sevier, it's going to add 20 minutes to it. Now, can you imagine if this place was successful, what type of traffic that we're going to have? Are we going to place our families, our children, our school bus drivers, the people getting to work in this sort of danger? You know, that's some of the things that's not been talked about. And, you know, really, do we have a lot of confidence in this? I'm going to talk just a little bit of money here, but it's on an unrelated subject, and I don't know how it was voted, if it was passed or anything like that. But you got the North Shore mixed bag down there that I've read all week. If you put $6 million in it, that you're going to get a $50 million return in 15 years. And I've seen commissioners quoted, I've seen administration, I've seen all the boards be in it, and they give us the return on our tax dollars. This project is so insulated that they've not promised us the first job. They've not promised us the first tenant. And yet over at Forks of the River, you have property that is underutilized. You've had bike, you've had carrier, you've had TRW. It's a revolving door. You don't have a trickle effect. Those guys don't leave the building and go over to Ruby Tuesdays at lunch. Just stand up there at John Sevier and Asheville Highway to River. Come 345, they're turning across that river. These people don't live in our district. We're providing jobs for people outside our districts today. But I tell you, and I've heard John Mills say that in District 8, a lady can't buy a dress and a guy can't buy a tie. If we're going to go with the industrial development and jobs, we need to tie it to something like Emory Road and still capture those tourist dollars and those sales tax dollars. That's why I tell you this is a plan without a lot of vision. Now, I request, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I can stand up and tell you here. I have been a resident here, and there's other people in this room that's been residents here. But there are a lot of safety issues. There are a lot of environmental issues. I mean, you see these eyewash charts, if that's what you want to call them, these renderings, these conceptions. But where's the numbers? Not the purchase numbers, but where's the numbers for the infrastructures? Where are they